Hello guys from Art Share L.A. California proposal, and we are from Cadaqués, Catalonian, and from Dallas town, and we would like to show you our performance about organic art. I mean, organic art is the generation. Organic means the generation of a new emotion. What I mean, first we're coming at this, we are a generation coming from the analog and at the same time as a digital. So we are really in the history of art. We are really proud to be on this period of time because we have the knowledge of the age, old age, and the becoming new technologies. And the future is fusing technology and nature. And let me show you what we are doing here. And this has already 20 years ago. It's analog, black and white, self-made, chemical. And from on the photography, if I tell you what's a photography, you will say 100% the reality. So what I mean is this is just a frame of our 360 degrees point of view. And this is just the starting. I could just fish here and all the art maybe from photography analog is coming, but the motion, where is the motion coming? So from this time, we were coming 3 years later to this point, okay, which is the filming and at the same time is filming negatives and making digital and at the same time analog, fusing both things, having a new place where nature, you can see all the details and the explosion of the pixel, both things, no? This is like a place where the dream is coming. So I start contact with the subconscious, let's say, no? And this is a real landscape because it exists. It's coming from photography, from reality. But what happens when you manipulate the reality? It comes to a visionary art. That's what it is, okay? And this is, look the details. It's amazing how you can see the textures and all the places, you know. And I start thinking, okay, this is black and white, but which is the support really that has more observation of the emotions? So I was thinking, okay, the organic photography is made of 3 steps. The first step, okay, you take original photographies, okay, it's not a stock images at all. It comes all from what you have taken from reality. And I start thinking, okay, I'm gonna do it, but in different support. Okay, this was a aluminum paper, you know, Fuji. And then I was thinking, okay, what happens if I make in canvas and I add the color type, you know? And this is like Dali's place. This is real landscape with Dali's emotion, you know? You can see it? This is nice. You know, the different places with different textures, and it's not like just a frame of like it's photography. What happens if you add left side, right side, up and down, okay, and you make it bigger, so you don't need what to know where it's on the left or the right of a photography. All the information is really inside. You see it? And start thinking, okay, so this is the first thing. You use technology to connect the image that you have on your subconscious, and then you can record it and print it on canvas, let's say. This is the first step. But then I start keeping on the last 10 years to make the second step. Second step is what happens if you paint on the image that has coming from your subconscious. Because when you paint, you know, the painters, they only take from, even if there is high reality or, I mean, high percent real pictorism, you know, I mean, like the reality painted with very good reality, you know. But what happens, for example, let me show you to organic meant. It means organic mind, let's say, you know. You see, and I start in the second stage to start painting. So all my emotions is like a tattoo. When all the things that you are thinking, they are creeped down on the canvas. And the public, when they see it at this point, they can reflect an image back. So an emotion that I was thinking is scripted down like tattoo, and when you make color and varnish, the image is like a mirror. It comes through you, and your body is searching your mind. Okay, which image is scripted down in my organism that it reflects this frequency? So see, this is amazing, man. You see this, how the organism inside the water is inside the brain, and this is like a, you know, an arm that wants to be freedom, liberty, you know. I love this flows, see, man. And it's the same technique, you know, but it's really the energy is moving by. This is the last 3 years where I'm making the second point, no, let's say. But then becomes the collectionism, you know, the great, because art therapy is a conversion of the energy through the art, no, let's say, to get in good health of the mind of the creator is to create it. But sometimes it's really darkness. So there's the museums where you can have you know, some Goya, let's say, or some really hard painting which is very valuable as a piece of art, but the collectors they will never have it at home on the wall, because the frequency, the energy is really dark and is really valuable as art, but you want a positive mood at home. So that's what was happening to my art, no? So let's say that if I convert the energy of the painting, there is a third level, let's say, where you can see this is Canalize, you know, Dali's town, and that's a self-portrait, and there is not so much chaos inside. It's really chosen, nice light, nice perspective, nice, you know, painted with the volume, and the energy is moving at the same time. But it's still being a conversion of my inside through art. But I was thinking, okay, what happens if I make the third level, the third stage, which is to canalize as Reiki and with sandwood and different quartz stones, magical stones. What happens if I align from the energy from the earth to the sky and back, and the painting is canalized? So the public, the collectors, they will have a positive mood, even if it's a dark painting, because it has been canalized. The darkness has been canalized through light. So it's like Reiki, the persons, also the piece of art can be canalized. So I'm going to show you what happens when we are coming from a art therapy of darkness, which is, or this is not canalized, let's say, the darkness of the therapy, it's a hard look through you, you know, it's not easy. The people, they like it, but at the same time, you need to canalize. So I'm going to show you Lemuria, the last piece of my creations, when it's like, let me show, where is it? It's like this. Okay, this has been canalized where let me check. Okay, this is Lemuria. Oh, it's, okay, you see how it's the same, but it has been canalized. You can see the last creation where the light is moving, no? Check. And you can make it with video, but you can lose inside. Your subconscious is also admiring the different feelings that you're feeling when you look through art. And what I'm looking is transmutation, is the conversion of the emotion. And it's amazing when your brain, your eyes are looking through a body that is translucent, it's not opaque, then many feelings are coming through. Okay, this is just an example of organic art. We will like to the proposal that is making the artist performance of LA, California, and Art Share. This is Xavi de Juan-Creix @com and in Instagram, and it's really see you in California soon when this all 5 dimension comes through us. Cheers.